HR and Training has organized virtual professional development program for teachers. Today, we have many multiple workshops hosted for different branches simultaneously. We are sure these workshops will provide an enriching experience and all of us would be able to take this learning forward to our class. Ms. Anita Sethia has been the Regional Director and Additional Director Science in Directorate of Education and Direction SCERT. She has organized leadership development program for academic leader with Cambridge University, UK, IMM Ahmedabad, and mentor teacher program with Singapore University. She has also organized state level consultative meet on NEP in collaboration with NCERT and submitted the recommendation to MHRD. She has been bestowed with State Award 2003 by Directorate of Education, Government of NCT Delhi, and other awards like National Millennium Teacher Awards 2003 by Yoga, Paryavaran and Manav Suraksha Samiti, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Memorial National Teachers Award 2002 by Akhil Bhartiya Swatantra Patrakar Avam Lekhak Sangh, Pardashri Award for Meritorious Services in the Field of Education by All India Unique Sports and Cultural Organization. We welcome you, ma'am, a very warm welcome you, ma'am, with a green
Thank you.
sapling.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We are honored to have you with us, ma'am. A pleasure to have you with us, ma'am.
Thank you. My pleasure too. Very good morning to everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Teachers, good morning, everybody. Dear teachers, in the morning, Honorable Chairperson Ma'am's message was shared with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you all have seen that ma'am has given this message from the core of her heart and soul. Our Honorable Chairperson Ma'am believes that teachers are the pillars of any institutions, and our founder sir believes that in 2030, India will be a great educational hub. And this can be back when we sharpen your skills. You know, when we sharpen your skill, when we add growth to your knowledge. When growth and knowledge together works, then definitely you are going to make wonders. And our chairperson ma'am believes that ultimately we are working for the students, and students not only academic excellence, but their values, their behavior, their attitudes are very, very important. And all these sessions are focusing on sharpening your knowledge skills and your personal behavior also, your pedagogical skill also, and you're learning about the online tools also, because today we are in the scenario of online teaching. And in the last 1 year, tremendous work has been done in the field of online education, Amity being the pioneer under the guidance of our Honorable Chairperson Ma'am. We were the first to start the online teaching, and you people have really grown up. And I hope this PTP session will also enrich your experience and give you new ideas, new approach towards learning and making children as a good human being, making your profession as a satisfying, and making the dreams of our Honorable Chairperson Ma'am coming true. So I won't take much time, because but I will give you my heartfelt best wishes for the program, and I hope you are involved and take to your classes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, shall I start now?
Yeah, start
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
program.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to all of you once again. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you in the virtual professional development program hosted by Amity International School, Push Bihar. Our founder, President Sir Dr. Ashok Chauhan, and Chairperson Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, ma'am, are our guiding lights and visionaries who have taken Amity so far and wide. And Amity has carved a niche globally. Learning never stops at Amity. A chairperson is always striving to provide the best to her students. Her guidance, vision, love for children is always motivating for all of us. Under our chairperson's ma'am guidance, all of us are able to connect to our children through virtual classes. Thank you, ma'am. Now let's seek blessings of the divine everyone. So may I request you all to kindly join your hands and join for the Gayatri month. Thank you so much, everyone. Now we just move forward. It is a true pleasure for me to welcome our resource person for this session, Ms. Sumiti Kapoor ma'am and Ms. Vinita Chopra ma'am. So welcome you ma'am. Ms. Sumiti Kapoor is a motivated, dynamic and enthusiastic educator associated with Amity who has been recognized for her skills and capabilities for being a team player and leader. She is working as a senior coordinator for grades 1 to 5 at AIS Sector 46 Gurugram with 16 plus years of experience. She is constantly involved in the professional development of the teachers and has successfully introduced multiple MS teaching aids in her school. We also have Mrs. Vinita Chopra ma'am, who is teaching maths in primary classes. She has been in the field for almost 13 years now. She believes in creating confidence and giving support those who are lacking confidence, not rejecting but redirecting the answers, helping to locate answers as well. So we welcome you both, ma'am. A very welcome to this PTP session.
Thank you so much, Sakshi ma'am. Thank you for such a warm welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am, now.
Very good morning to all present over here. I'm Sumiti Kapoor, and I also welcome my colleague, Ms. Vinita Chopra ma'am. So we are indeed honored and privileged to be here in front of you today for the presentation of this PDP program, which is indeed a wonderful platform where all the teachers get an exposure to get trained to be the trainers and then further train the teachers and the young minds. So I'm indeed really thankful to our honorable chairperson, ma'am, who has given this opportunity to all of us that we could come here in front of you and present this. I'm also thankful to our HR training ma'am, Miss Anita Setia ma'am, who has been organizing such wonderful programs. Thank you so much, Anita ma'am, for giving me this excellent opportunity to come and present. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I also thank the whole school, Push Vihar School, and the team, Shalini ma'am and her team of teachers. And the big thank you goes to my own principal, Ms. Aarti Chopra ma'am, who has always shown her trust and confidence in me, who has always, empowered her teachers in the school so that we come forward and we present our wonderful sessions in front of you. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Anita ma'am. So with your permission, ma'am, may I start today's session, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, teachers, before I start today's session, I have a humble request to all of you. I would like to see you all on the cameras, and I would like to see my children in the class today, and I would be happy to see your pretty smiles and beautiful faces, so that we have an interactive session. It's not going to be a one-way teaching, of course. We are here to have a mind-boggling session, to have some brainstorming techniques and tricks for easy and quick calculations in mental maths. And yes, our endeavor is always to develop the love for the subject in our children and in our young Amitians. So I would like to have you all along with me today for this session, so that when I see your faces, I get a lot of motivation and I keep the session going on. Wonderful. Thank you so much, those who have all turned on their cameras. It's really nice to be associated with you all. So, as you all know, that there are certain rules and norms that we all follow in the class, and we always, try to negotiate some beautiful, small, what should I say, rules for a session in the class, so that we know that our children are going to listen to us, and we don't, force, and we don't really push them to follow. Rather, we take the children into agreement with what we want today. So I want you all as my students today. I know you are all excellent teachers. You're fabulous teachers. You are more experienced than me. Maybe you have already, you already know what we are going to discuss today. But yes, it is all about mental maths, the tricks. We always need to brush up these skills and these techniques, so that we can teach them further down the line to our children, and they get into the habit of practicing this on everyday basis. Because though we learn the techniques, but somewhere down the line, I have experienced this, that it stays in the pen and the paper, the diary, the notes which we make. But taking it down back into the classroom and making the children practice these techniques is very, very important. So I'm going to share my screen, and I welcome you again for this wonderful program PDP. So just let me know once you all see my screen. Hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
It is visible. So I'm going to share one whiteboard link with you all, and I want you all to pen down your, let's come to the agreement that how we are going to behave in today's session and what all we are going to participate in. Are we all going to, be on the camera, participate, do not use the calculator, because I really don't want the teachers to use calculators in the session, and I want you to practice the techniques that we're going to learn. So just a moment, I'm going to share in the chat window the link to the whiteboard, so that you can all. So by the time I'm pasting, is there any teacher who would like to tell me how she is going to be in the session, how she's going to be, actively engaged in the session? Anything that you would like to share? So can I ask somebody? Can I have the voluntary, digital hands up? Or else I will start calling you by names, because I want the session to be really interactive. Okay, can I have Shruti Madan ma'am? Shruti ma'am, how would you behave in the class? How would you be participating? And I have posted the link in the chat window, teachers. I would like you to access the whiteboard, and I want you all to frame your rules and write over there what you're going to follow in the class today. So I hope it's visible on my screen also. Norms for this session, the mutual agreement between all of us for an effective session. So I'm giving you a few examples that we will stay on the camera. We will not unmute unless and until asked. We will use our digital hands to in between talk to each other if need be. And then yes, we are going to participate in all the activities that we are going to do today, so that we are together on it. So I can see few people have already started using the whiteboard. I hope you all are able to access it, teachers. All right. So I want to write one.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
मैम IT डिपार्टमेंट से थोड़ा रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट करेंगे मैम?
I think so the recording has already started.
Okay मैम, thank you मैम.
All right, so thank you. So I want all of you to write one rule that you will follow in the session today. Come on, let's have it quickly, please. As we have only 1.5 hour session today. Okay, Hardeep ma'am says that I listen to my teacher and follow the instructions. Thank you, Hardeep ma'am. Thank you so much. Can we have the next rule coming up, please? I can see many people writing something. Will be disciplined. Wonderful. I want you to be quick in typing so that we can move on. Madhvi ma'am says that she's not able to join the whiteboard. Madhvi ma'am, I would request you to check in the Google Chrome, copy and paste the link in the web browser. Will not unmute unnecessarily and follow the instructions. All right. Rejani ma'am says that she will apply the tricks that you will teach for faster calculations. Thank you, Rejani ma'am. All right. All right. So I think we all know the rules of the session, and thank you teachers for participating in this. I really wanted, to you all to practice this in the class so that you can formulate mutual rules between the children and your classes in your sessions. These are called the classroom norms, which we always use at Amity 46 because they lay a mutual agreement, a foundation of starting a session wherein the teachers, the students are always there with you. It's nothing being forced on them, and they are listening to you all the time. So teachers, I'm going to start with the first activity now. So I have shared the peer deck code on my screen. I want you all to quickly joinpd.com, and through the code which is there on the screen, join the peer deck session so that we can have a quick brainstorming session as maths teachers, because we expect a lot from our children. Let's see how well versed we are as teachers. So just a quick revision of few interesting questions so that your minds are stimulated and you're all there with me in today's session. So I'm waiting for my students to join. You are requested to use the browser because I am not pasting the link in the chat window. Okay, my first student is connected. Okay, Vinita ma'am, could you tell me the number of participants that we have in the session today so that we know that they are all going to participate, because they have mutually agreed to this, that they will participate in all the activities today. So only 3 students have joined.
There are 40 attendees right now, and in the session there are 40 attendees, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Vinita ma'am. So there are 40 attendees and only 5 have joined the peer deck session. Peer deck is an excellent tool which you have been using fabulously in your classes, teachers, and it really excites the children and they are happy to be connected with you. So a few simple questions for you on peer deck. I want you all to quickly join. So only 8 students have joined. So my students need to revisit the rules that you have to follow the instructions. So come on, everyone. You need to join the session fast. Okay, 11 have started joined. So I'm going to start the class. So you will be able to see. We welcome you once again, me, Sumati, and along with me, Vinita ma'am, for teaching you a few mental math tricks for quick calculations. All right. So as we know, the importance of mental maths, it develops the mental calculation ability. It creates, an interest towards the arithmetic and numbers. And it is very simple and flexible in nature. It enhances your logical and your reasoning capacity. It provides an extra competitive edge to you, and it increases the confidence level and intelligence level of ourselves also and our children also. And definitely it encourages the creativity and innovation in our classes, because there is no limit to creativity and innovation in framing the questions on mental math. Any topic you can frame such good questions that your children will be excited to do. So the first question on your screen is already there. I want you all to quickly write down the responses. What is the mathematical term? What is the mathematical representation of a jiffy? So I'm waiting for the responses. Hope you're all able to write the responses there.
Ma'am, can you please share the link? I
I'm not able to join through the code. It's taking
Okay,
time.
ma'am. Yeah, I will
Just
show.
to the link.
To go back, I'll do that now. Give me a minute, ma'am. I'll do that. I think I didn't copy there. Okay. Come on, everyone. I think I've started the session and I didn't copy the
Okay,
link.
ma'am, I found in the chat box, not an issue.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Very good. So please write the answer, the names also, teachers. I would request you to please write your names also, so that we can know that who's the one who's giving the correct answer. So the correct answer is here in front of me, that a jiffy is actually a mathematical term which represent 1/100th of a second. So this answer on my screen, which is 0.01 second, is the correct answer. Thank you so much. Now the next question we have. The spiral shapes of sunflowers, snails, and shells follow the dash. You need to write down what do they follow. What do we find in nature which is related to maths, which we can see on snails, the sunflowers, and the shells. So I would request you all to please punch in your answers. Wonderful. You've already started writing. So Fibonacci series, the golden ratio, we also call it. Wonderful, wonderful. I think that was quite an easy one. That's really nice. Okay, symmetry, Sakshi Makita. That's really nice. We have different terminologies that we use. We call it Fibonacci series, golden ratio, we call it patterns, we call it sequence, we call it symmetry, which we find everywhere in nature. And yes, it is all based on maths. So what is the next question on your screen is, what is the actual length of an year? 1 year is, what is the actual length? It is not only 365 days, but what actually is the length of 1 year in a calendar. All right, all right. I think it was quite an easy one, very easy one. So to be precise, teachers, it is 365.2564 days. It is 365.264 days. Wonderful. Thank you for your excellent participation. Moving on to the next question. Zilch, not, and zip are the other names of dash. Quickly punch in your answers. This is also an easy one. I've kept the questions very easy so that you're all excited to answer. So we have to move from, simple to complex. That kind of a strategy we must follow in our classrooms also. If we directly pose a difficult question to children, they will, really go into their shells. So we have to.
Just go ahead. My best wishes to all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Neeta.
Go ahead. I won't interrupt in between.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please go ahead. Okay.
All right. The next question on your screen is, what comes after a million, billion, and trillion? Come on, put your thinking caps on and write down the responses. Teachers request you to kindly punch in your answers along with your names. Quadrillion, wonderful. So we have the pattern, the series, as we are all talking about maths. Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Okay. I also want you to write what comes after quadrillion and followed by that. If you could please punch in your answers. What comes after quadrillion? Okay. Teachers are writing. Wonderful. Teachers, again, I would request you to please punch in your names along with your answers. All right. All right. Quintillion. Wonderful. What comes after that? Okay, very few participants are there. Those who are not able to join the peer deck are requested to write the answers in the chat window. And I would request Vinita ma'am to keep a check on the chat window. All right. Over to the next question. What is the value of Google? What is the value of Google? It's actually a name which is taken, and we have a web browser, the most famous search engine, where we often go as teachers and we look for various answers. Okay. What is the mathematical representation of a Google? You can type your answers or you can write it mathematically with the number of zeros. 10 raised to the power, yes. 10 raised to the power 100. Excellent, excellent responses. So it is digit 1 followed by 100 zeros. You all know the answers again. Again, an easy question. So the next question is also related to this. Wonderful. I am moving on, hoping that everybody has been able to write their answers. Wonderful responses. Thank you for writing your name, Divya ma'am. All right, 10 raised to the power 100. Yes, wonderful. All right. So my next question is, what is the value of Google Plex? What is the value of Google Plex? So let us see. Have you been able to punch in your answers? It is related to Google only. Google is 10 raised to the power 100. That is 1 followed by 100 zeros. Yes, please write your names also, teachers. A humble request from my side again. Okay. 10 raised to the power Google. Very nice. Very nice. 1 and Google zeros. Very nice. 100 raised to the power 100. It's 100 raised to the power 100. No, it's 1 raised to the power Google. Shruti, 10 raised to the power Google. Okay. All right. So that was really nice. That was really, really nice of you, teachers. So you've been able to participate in this a short brainstorming session. So I'm ending the session here. All right. Now moving on to my presentation. After the periodic, as we have already discussed the importance of mental maths in our lives, the real importance lies in the usage. So today we are here to show you that how little tricks and techniques of calculation can make the lives of children very, very easy. They don't have any phobia of mathematics and they love to attend math class and they are quick in their calculations. All right, so after these periodic questions, the first, okay, mental maths. Mental maths, what actually is mental maths? It's easy. Mental maths means looking at two numbers and knowing how to manipulate them in the order to make an equation easier to solve. So you have to look for an order in which you can solve. So you have to really be very, very, alert. You have to be very observant in looking at the numbers and look for an easier way to solve. All right. So my first trick is, we've already discussed it also several times with the children in our classes, multiplying in parts. So we know that, our mind always rearranges the numbers, and when we rearrange the numbers, multiplication becomes very, very easy. So to find the answer of simple question like 7 multiplied by 93, you just have to mentally multiply 7 into 90, and then you have to multiply 7 into 3. So when we get both the answers, we need to add the results and we will be able to get our final product, which is our answer. So 7 into 93 becomes very, very easy. So another example I would take, the example is 6 multiplied by 215. So it would be, we need to break it into parts. The technique is we need to break the bigger number into parts and then we multiply smaller parts and then we put them all together. So the trick would be 6 multiplied by 215 is 6 into 200, 6 into 10 and 6 into 5. And then we put all the numbers together. We add them to get the final answer, which is 1290. So very easy, quick question for all of you, which you need to right now do it and write the answer in the chat window, which Vinita ma'am is going to check. So my question for you is 345 multiplied by 9. 345 multiplied by 9. So Vinita ma'am, my humble request to you to kindly keep the, keep a check on their answers. So all the teachers are requested to write it in the chat window. You may please type the question. It is 345 multiplied by 9. Using the simple, easiest technique. So we are going from easy to the difficult one so that we are able to, stimulate the minds of the young children so that they get excited and they are able to apply these things. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am, we are getting so many answers from so many teachers.
I'm
and
sure.
all are giving me the correct answers. That's 3,105.
Wonderful. That's a cakewalk for teachers after all, ma'am. All right, moving on to the next trick, which is add 1 to the doubles, which we have been teaching to the children right from grade 1, grade 2, that you always need to double up the number and then you need to add 1. so that your calculations become very, very easy. So this is an easy one, the most easiest one. Next we have the multiplication with the numbers 9, 99 and triple. So dear teachers, we are going to have the first trick in front of us. So one of the simple mental maths techniques that you can learn is multiplying a big number by 9. You need to simply multiply it by 10 and then subtract the original number. So that's the only trick, that you need to just put a 0 in the end and subtract the original number. So this makes the calculations very, very easy for the children. For example, when we have to multiply 230 by 9, we simply multiply 230 with 10 and we subtract 230, which is the original number, to get the answer. All right. So the same technique is applied when we also multiply with 99. But it's a little different one. I'll explain it to you. So please note down the tricks carefully, because we are going to have an interesting activity wherein you will not be allowed to use any calculator and you will be using these tricks. So when we do the multiplication by 99, dear teachers, I would request you to kindly mute yourselves. Thank you so much. So the next technique is multiplication by 99.
Sumiti ma'am, please unmute yourself. I've muted everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So multiplication by 99. How do we go about it? Multiplication by 99 is very, very simple. I will explain it to you through this number. Now, 99, whatever original number you're going to multiply with it, you need to subtract 1 from that number. So let's say the number is 15, that is being the multiplier here. So we will subtract 1 out of it and we get the first 2 digits of our product. So we will place those 2 digits in the front, and then we need to subtract the number that is being multiplied from the number 99 to get the right hand side of our number. Okay, so this is easy, very, very easy trick, but I want you to try this with your own, with your own question, which I'm going to give you, and you will write the answers in the chat window so that it's easy for Vinita ma'am to check. So when you have to multiply 99 by 63, please try out and find out what is the answer. 99 multiplied by 63. Vinita ma'am, please check whether are they able to do it or not.
Yes, ma'am. Right now, so we're not getting any answer.
Yes. Dear teachers, the trick is that you subtract 1 from the number which is the multiplier here. So when we subtract 1 from 63, it becomes 62. So 62 will be the first 2 digits of your answer. That will form the left hand side. And then you need to subtract the original number. Then you need to subtract the number that you get after subtraction, and it's going to be like this, 99.
Yes, and we are getting so many answers, correct answers. That's 6,237.
6. Wonderful. Wonderful.
All the teachers have given me the correct answers.
Excellent. So teachers, this is an excellent trick where you need, see, in mathematics, 9 is a magical number. We can do so many tricks with 9. So we have learned how to do the multiplication with 9. This was by 99. Now, how do we do the multiplication with 999? That also we will show you. Okay, before we go ahead, there's an example in front of you. How to multiply 99 with 56. So we need to subtract 1 from 56 to get 55. We will place 55 in the front. That will be the first 2 digits of our answer. Then we have to subtract 55 from 99. And whatever answer we get will be the right hand side of our answer. So it is as easy, as, what should I say? It's a cakewalk for children also, and for teachers, of course. Yes. All right. Moving on. The next trick is multiplication by 999. Okay, it seems to be very difficult when when children look at the numbers. Oh my God, 3 digits and 3 digits altogether. So they feel, oh my God, it's going to be such a long multiplication. How do we go about it? So we need to teach the children the same trick. Again, we are going to follow the same trick. We subtract 1 from 165. We get 164, which is the left hand side of our answer. And we subtract this 164 or 165, the original number, from 999 to get the right hand side of the answer. So one more question for you teachers. Please try out this trick side by side. 999 multiplied by 234. Vinita ma'am, I would request you to type the question in the chat box. 999 multiplied by 234. So you need to follow the simple trick of just subtracting 1 and then subtracting the original number from 999 to get your biggest answer, and you're able to multiply such long numbers in a jiffy in 1/100th of a second. All right, I'm sure, ma'am, we are getting the correct answers in the chat box.
Shwali ma'am, Shikha ma'am, Surbhi ma'am, Anuja ma'am, they all are giving us the right answers.
Wonderful. Let's clap for them, Vinita ma'am. Good children of our class. They're following the rules so well. They're participating so well. So have a wonderful job, teachers. Thank you so much. Now moving on to the next trick. We have, again, you would have taught this to your children several number of times. The only purpose of me repeating these tricks over here is that we need to tell the children to identify, to find out where all, in which all numbers they can apply these tricks to make their calculations easy and faster. So next trick which we are going to talk about now is subtracting the numbers from 100, 1,000 and 10,000. So these are basically from Vedic sutras. We all know Vedic sutras. We've all, we have all been, we all are blessed that we are born in India. There are so many Vedic sutras which are the shortcut methods of calculation which we have received from our ancestors. So following this rule, which is subtracting from 100, 1,000 and 10,000, we have one simple rule which is all from 9 and last from 10. So whatever number you get to subtract, it is like 1,000. You have to subtract 643 from 1,000. You need to just place it in this manner that you are going to place the numbers, and then what you're going to do is all from 9. So it is 9 minus 6, 3, 9 minus 4, 5. But the last digit will be subtracted from 10. So 10 minus 3 will be 7. So it is very, very simple, whether you have to subtract a number from 10 or 100 or 1,000, 10,000 and so on and so forth. So one quick example for you all, a very simple one. I'm dictating the questions so that we develop this good listening skills also amongst the children. When we do this exercise of mental maths in our classes on everyday basis, as we have been asked to do, we like to do this and we really see good results of it. We do 5 questions of mental maths every day, wherein we do not show the questions on the screen. So the same thing I am implying here, that I'm speaking the questions so that the children stay attentive and they listen to the questions carefully. So my question is, you need to subtract 745 from 10,000. 745 from 10,000. Vinita ma'am, have you got the answers?
Oh, not yet, ma'am.
All right, let's see. Okay, I can see people have started posting their answers in the chat window. Wonderful. I repeat my question for the second time. Subtract 745 from 10,000. I'm sure, ma'am, they must be writing the correct answer, which is 9,255.
And I've posted the question also in the chat box.
Excellent, excellent. Good job. Good going, teachers. I'm sure you're going to be excellent in your mathematics, in your mental maths, and your children are going to be outstanding also. All right. Moving next, the next technique is the squares of the number. How do we calculate the squares of the numbers? Let's say, for example, let us take the first example, finding out the squares of 35. So first of all, we have to, these are the techniques of squaring the numbers which end with 5. Okay. So now the first step is we multiply 5 by 5 and put 25 as the right hand side of the answer. Okay. As you can see on the screen, 35 multiplied by 35. So 5 into 5, 25 we have written as the right hand side. We add 1 to the digit which is there in front. Okay. Whichever number is there. So 3, the next number will be 4. And we multiply them together. So that becomes 12 and our answer becomes 1225. So a quick revision of the technique, that how do we find the squares of the numbers that end with 5. All right. So let us see. Do we have more example? We have one more example where we have a number 115. So finding the squares of 115, what we are going to do, we are going to follow the same rule, that we are going to multiply the unit digits, the digits at the one place which are ending in 5. So 5 5s becomes 25, and then the number remains out to be 11. So 11, the next number in the series, when we add 1 to it, becomes 12. 11 into 12 we multiply, we get 132, and we put this 132 over here to get the left hand side of our answer. So the answer is 13,225. So teachers, I want you to quickly find out the square of the number 235. 235. Vinita ma'am, do we have some answers?
Not yet, ma'am.
All right.
I posted the question.
Sure, teachers have put their thinking caps on and they're
Yes,
writing
ma'am.
answers.
Now we have started getting the answers, ma'am, and the teachers are absolutely right. 55,225. They all are giving me the right answers, ma'am.
Okay, that's great, ma'am. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Before I move on, can we ask any one participant to unmute and speak, ma'am? Have they understood the tricks or not? You can call out any one participant from the attendees list, ma'am.
Yes. Can I have Gurvinder Kaur Dua?
Gurvinder, ma'am, can I request you to please share?
Yes, ma'am, they're absolutely clear. And in fact, there were many that even I never knew earlier, but I've understood them really well now. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sure I just wanted to take a feedback home. I hope I'm not going at a very faster pace so that, I just, we have a limited time. We have lot many techniques to share. So teachers, you can let us know wherever you want us to slow down a little, we will definitely do that. All right, moving on to the next technique that we have, the trick of 9. To add any number, first we add 10 and then we subtract 1 for it. So this is a trick which children are going to use in their practical life a lot. But yes, they should be told about this, that as we have been teaching them that we need to go close to the base, and when we go close to the base, it's easy to rearrange the numbers and then add or subtract or even multiply, as we did in the first week, which was multiplication in parts. For example, when we have to change 9 plus 7, we take this 9 close to the base, which is like we make it 10 and then we subtract 1 from the 7 because we have moved 1 ahead. All right. So this trick is very, very easy for addition problems, for subtraction problems, and even for multiplication problems. All right. Moving on to the next trick, which is 5 times a number. Turning our attention to multiplication now, though we've been doing it, how to multiply with 5. It's the most easiest trick, believe me, teachers, to find 5 times any number. First, you multiply that number with 10, or you simply put a 0. Let's say, for example, we have to do 5 into 48. So what we are going to do is, we are going to put a 0. We are going to put a 0, okay, with the given numbers, like 5 into 48. So we are going to make this 48. Okay, yeah, there. Okay, we make this 48 as 480 and then we divide it by 2. So that is very, very easy for the children, and it's real good trick when you have to multiply big numbers. You simply put a 0 and then you break it down into half, or we say divide it by 2. So this is the technique which we use to divide or to multiply a number with 5. I hope, dear teachers, up till here we are clear with all the tricks. Any one of you can unmute and kindly give a feedback. All right. Thank you. So the next thing is, remembering the value of a pi, which children very well remember as 3.14. But when we have to actually tell them to remember the whole value of a pi, so we just give them this mnemonic, which is how I wish I could calculate pi. And children love to eat apple pies. They love pies. And how they have to relate this to the value of a pi is how I wish. How has 3 letters? So the first value is 3. I is 1. Wish is 4 letters. So we have the next number 4. Then there is the I again, which is a single letter word. Then we have one number again. Could has 5 letters. So the next number is 5. Calculate has 9 letters. So the next number in the value of pi is 9. And pi is a 2-letter word. So that is why we have 2. So if they have to, they will love to have this trick and they would never ever forget the actual longer value of a pi if we give them this mnemonic which says, how I wish I could calculate pi. So this is one trick. When we give them, they will always remember the value of a pi, which will help them in their higher classes. Now the next technique is how to square the numbers that fall between 50 to 60. Earlier we learned the squaring of the numbers which were ending in 5. Now this trick is to square the numbers which lie between 50 and 60. Let us see how do we do that. So let us take an example. Suppose we want to square 58. For squaring the digits in the unit place, what do we need to do? I'll show you here. So what we do is, when we have to do a square of a number between 50 to 60, and we have taken the example 58, what we do is, we multiply the units place, and we write it at the right hand side of the number. Then what do we do? Then we square the digits at the 10 place, which is 5. So what are we going to do? 5 5 is 25, and add the unit place number to this number. So whatever number was there, it was 8 here, so we have added 8 into 25, and this has become 33. So this 33 will be the left hand side of the answer, and our total answer which we get is 3364. I repeat this trick. How to do the squaring of the number which fall between 50 to 60. What we are going to do is, we are going to square the numbers at the unit place. So here we have 8. We have squared up the number. 8 8s are become 64. And then we square up the number which is there at the, the tens place, which is 5. So 5 5s is 25. But we don't have to write 25 straight away. We need to add the next number at the units place, which is 8. So this will really help the children when they prepare for competitions like mental maths. These tricks are really, really helpful in in giving good results to them. So this is all about the numbers that we square between 50 to 60. You can see a few more examples on the screen. Let us discuss one by one. 51 square. The square of 1 is 1. Is 1, because it is going to be a single digit number, so we are taking in terms of a square, so we will write 0 1, and then the square of 25 is 25, and we add 1 to it. It becomes 2601. Likewise, it goes for the number 52. And right now, teachers, I want you to find out the square of 59 and write the answer in the chat window, please. The square of 59. It should come out in a jiffy now. It's very, very easy. Just look at the numbers and calculate. Can we have a participant to speak the answer, Vinita ma'am?
Sure, ma'am. I'll just, I would like to call out Anupama Pandey.
Anupama Pandey ma'am. May I please request you to please come on the camera and tell us the square of 59 using this trick, ma'am. The square of 59. All right, ma'am, can we have the next participant? Maybe she's not able to unmute.
Sure, ma'am. So I would like to call out Garima Chawla.
Garima Chawla, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to answer the square of 59, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. The square of 59 would be 3481.
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, many of the teachers are giving the right answers in the chat box also.
Wonderful, wonderful. Excellent teachers. Thank you for your, excellent participation, I should say, because if we are learning the techniques, we should imply them side by side so that if we have any doubts, we must be able to clear it side by side. So, Garima ma'am, your answer is flashed up on the screen. It is 3481, which was absolutely right. Now, moving on to the easiest technique of multiplying any number with 11. We have learned this in our childhood, and I think this is one of the tricks which we never forget. So it is very, very simple, as we all know, that whatever number we are multiplying with 11, we add the sum of the number, we add the digits, and we put the sum in the middle of the digits. For example, 45 with 11, so the sum of 4 and 5 is 9. So we are simply going to put 9 in between 4 and 5. But the same trick does apply to the number when we have more number of digits instead of a two-digit number. Yes, the same trick applies in that case also. First of all, we have an example of 34 multiplied by 11. So it's very, very simple. Okay, as I told you, that the sum of the numbers is going to be simply put in the center. So we get the answer 3 plus 4. 7 in the center, we have 374. And let us see now how we are going to do it in the, when we have more than 2 digits. How do we do that? So we have 652 multiplied by 11. Is there any teacher who would like to throw any light on this? Can we have a participant from the attendees list, Vinita ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to call upon Monica Khanna for this.
Monica
Yes, ma'am.
Khanna ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Would you like to explain if you know how we
Yes,
go
ma'am,
about
sure.
this?
Ma'am, we can expand the number.
All right.
We can expand 6 and 2, and then we can add 5 plus 2, that becomes 7, and then 5 plus 6, that becomes 11. But we'll carry over to the next place, and that becomes 7, ma'am.
Absolutely.
So the answer, yeah.
Yes. So we write the first digit in the front and the last digit towards the end. And in between, first my highlighter is also yellow. So 6 plus 5 will be, let me change the color. Okay, I'm not able to. So okay, let me leave it here. All right, ma'am, I'll explain again. So it is 652 multiplied by 11, as Monica ma'am rightly said, that we are going to expand the numbers. But what we are going to do is, we are going to place the first and the last digit as it is, the way we are doing it in 2-digit numbers. But then after that, for the next, now we have to place we will have to place 2 digits in the center. So first we add up the first 2 digits, which is 6 and 5, which will make 11. So 1 comes here and 1 goes up as carryover. So the next digit becomes 7. And then how we are going to place this number over here? It is next 2 digits to be added, 5 plus 2. So we get 7,172. So let's see one more example with a 4-digit number, how we are going to multiply. So in a 4-digit number, first we are going to write the first and the last digit towards the front and the back. And then in the order of the sequence, we are going to add up all the numbers and keep placing them. All right, so let us see. So it is 3 plus 1, and then it is 1 plus 0, the next 2 digits, and the next 2 digits are 0 plus 2. And the first and the last digits are always placed in the front and the back. And if there's any carryover that we get, we will always take it to the next number. So the answer comes out to be 34,122. So now, dear teachers, I want you to quickly multiply a number which is 236 with 11. A very, very easy number, and I want you all to quickly do it using this technique. 236 multiplied by 11, and I want you to write the answers in the chat window again. So Vinita ma'am, you can let me know once they are done.
Sure, ma'am. And we have started getting the answers, ma'am. Shruti Madan ma'am, Monica Khanna ma'am, Roshini, they all are giving the right answers, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it's the most easy answer, I should say, and I'm sure the teachers would have learned the technique well. The same technique applies in a 3-digit number also and a 4-digit number also. The digits may keep on increasing, but the technique remains the same. All right, wonderful, excellent participation. Thank you, dear teachers, for participating and writing in the chat window. And the next technique that we are bringing in front of you is to double and halve. It is again an important Vedic maths trick, which is really important for children and really, really helpful in breaking down the numbers and simplifying the numbers and putting them together to find out the product. So we have an example in front of us. We have a number in front of us. Okay, highlighter. Yeah, which is 33 multiplied by 48. So what we are going to do, we are going to double up the first number and put the half of the the second number over there in the next step. So this is 33 multiplied by 48. The double of 33 is 66 and the half of 48 is 24. So in the same question, in the same problem that we are going to have, we are going to double up one number and do the half of the second number. Again, we double up 66, we get 132, and we put a half of 24, we get 12. Again, we double up the number 132, we get 264, and we do the half of 12, which is 6. Again, we double up the number and we do the half of the next number until and unless we reach a single digit where we can easily multiply. So this is also a very simple yet a very effective technique, and the children should be able to do it only if they have learned the table of two very well. So it's double and half. So the table of two, which a child learns at a very early age, is always, helpful for him in doing the calculations, right? So I hope you're clear with this technique. So would you like to solve one question? Or I think Vinita ma'am, it's time. They have written a lot of answers in the chat window. So we should have some fun and some ICT tool to be used in the class, isn't it? So
Right.
let's move on. Okay, before we move on to the next tool, that is quizzes, which is really, really an effective tool, especially in doing mental maths in the classes, we have a small trick for you. So, Vinita ma'am, I want you to call out a participant, then I will read the question so that the participant is there with us to answer.
Sure, ma'am.
Please,
So
the
I would like to call
participant.
upon Neha Agarwal.
Okay, Neha Agrawal ma'am, I would request you to kindly unmute. Are you there, ma'am?
I think she's not
Can we
able
have
to.
the next participant?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. So Ritu Chawla, ma'am.
All right, it's Ritu ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ritu ma'am, hello. So Ritu ma'am, a simple trick for you, a very easy maths riddle, and children, they love to, speak the riddles in the class, and they love to ask them from their friends and family as well. So a very easy one for you. Three ants were walking in a straight line. The first ant said, there are two ants behind me. The second ant said, there is one ant behind me. And the third ant said, there are two ants behind me. How can that be possible? Ritu ma'am, any answers? All right. So technically, it's not possible, Ritu ma'am. It's just that the third ant was lying. So it was just a nice joke for you all, so that you can all laugh. So over to the next ICT tool that we're going to use is quizzes. So dear teachers, I'm going to post this. Vinita ma'am, could you please post this link in the chat window?
Sure, ma'am.
All right. So I'm moving on to the quiz page, dear teachers. You'll be able to see the quiz code on the screen, and Vinita ma'am is also going to paste the link in the chat window, and we want you all to please log into this quizzy so that we can have a nice quiz session. Vinita ma'am, is the sound audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. It's audible, but there is a lot of disturbance. I don't know whether from my side or.
I think the sound effect, which is a little disturbing here. I think when we will start, then we will have time to get
Yeah, ma'am. Just give me 10
drunk.
seconds.
All right, teachers, the code to join, requested to go to the browser and type joinmyquiz.com and enter the code 175812. So I'm waiting for the participants to join through the quiz so that whatever techniques we have learned, we are able to implement and quickly do the quiz so that, let's see who comes first and quickly is able to solve the problems that are there in this. So all the questions that we have included in the quiz are based on the techniques learned. We have only two participants. Dear teachers, let's remember the rules that we made in the beginning, that we all are going to participate and follow the instructions of the session today. Okay, well done. So we have 4 participants now. 5. Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting. All right, all right.
Sumiti ma'am, just below this code now, there is a link. To the first one. Just below the code, the first one is the link. You can copy.
You want me to paste the link there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
All right. I think teachers are able to join through the code. That's what that's what we keep telling our children when we are not able to post. So I'm requesting the teachers to join the quizzy.com through the code of the class, which is 175812. So we have.
Excuse me, ma'am, someone's mic is on. Can you just tell them to
Actually,
mute?
it's the sound of the quiz, the jungle sound. I just
No,
have to.
I think Latika ma'am can mute herself. Latika ma'am.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
So we have only 13 participants by now, and we have 45 attendees. Come on, hurry up, children. Hurry up, teachers. You're going to have real fun in the class. Come on. You need to join the quiz so that I can start, and then you can have real fun in the class. Okay, Shali ma'am has joined. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start the quiz, and let us see that how well you are able to use the techniques to solve the questions and be the winner of the quiz today. All right. So we have the leaderboard in front of us. Ma'am, is it audible? Yes, ma'am, it's audible. It's perfectly audible.
Do we have to use commas or without commas? My answer was correct, but there was a difference in the comma.
Ma'am, actually, we have used the commas in the answer, so please put the commas also.
I used comma. It took the correct answer was without comma. Anyway.
I can see most of you are competing for the first position. Come on, hurry up, everyone.
It is marking wrong if the answers are given without the commas or with the commas in the Indian system or international system.
Okay, teachers, I'm ending the quiz. I'm sure you must have had enjoyed doing it. So let me see who's reached the first position. All right, so we have the winners in front of us. First position, Mehak Sharma. Second position, Monica ma'am. Third position, before I could read, is gone. It's Nisha Upadhyay ma'am. So well done, teachers. Kudos to you all. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Moving on to the tricks that are very, very simple yet very, very effective for the children for pictorial questions. So there are in GTSE, especially in Olympia, children do get these questions and they are, they puzzle. They get puzzled and they are not able to calculate the correct number of figures that are there in the, given figure. So we have brought a very simple, very easy techniques for you to teach to the children how to calculate the number of triangles that are given in a given that are there in a given triangle. So very, very simple technique, very easy, and you can start from the simple ones and explain it to the children, so that when it comes to solving any Olympiad question or any GTSE paper, they are able to do it. So I'll be a bit faster because it's already 12:10. So the first thing is, this trick applies when we have lot of bisectors from one vertex. Okay, that is the one condition that we have to check, that there are many bisectors from only one vertex and we see how many parts a triangle is divided into. So the trick is that let's start from the basic. The first triangle has only two parts, so it is two parts. We have to add the numbers together. It is first part and the second part. First part and the second part. So the total of 1 plus 2 is 3. In the next figure, it is 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 parts. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 makes it 6. So this triangle will have 6 triangles in total. In this figure, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 parts in this triangle. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 makes it 10. In the next triangle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So there will be 15 triangles that we will be making out of these triangles. So we have to remember the trick. The trick is addition of divided parts, but we have to tell the children to remember that this trick is applicable when we have a lot of bisectors only from one vertex. All right. So the next trick is what happens when there are more than one, base in the triangle. The bisectors are coming from the same vertex, but the number of bases have increased. So the trick remains the same, which is addition of the divided parts from the vertex and multiplied by the number of bases that a triangle has. For example, there are 1, 2. There are 2 parts in this triangle. Okay, so we will do 1 plus 2. So that will be the first step of calculating the number of parts. But now how many bases are there? This is base number 1, this is base number 2. So what we do is, addition of the divided parts, that is 1 plus 2 multiplied by the number of base, which is 2 in this triangle. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6. So this is the easiest technique that we can teach to our children so that they never ever go wrong in calculating the number of triangles which are made in this current triangle. So this again is easy. There are 2 bases inside and there are 3 partitions. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, the total number of partitions multiplied by 2, which makes it 12. And I have a little difficult one for you here. You can see. So 1, 2, 3. The bisectors from the vertex, they remain 3, but there are 3 bases this time. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 multiplied by 3 makes it 18. And when they have a complex figure like this, again, the formula remains the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partitions. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 multiplied by the number of bases, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last base, which is 5. Like this, we have the trick for counting the squares. Squares when the row is equal to the column, squares when the row is not equal to the column. So this is a perfect square of 4 by 4. So what do we know? That this is a grid of 4 by 4, and we ask the children to calculate the number of grids, the number of squares that this square will have. So what we need to tell them, they need to check whether the row is equals to column or is not equal to column. If it is equal to column, then what we are going to do, we are going to see how many rows and columns are there. The rows is also 4, the number of columns is also 4. So we have to reach number 4 and keep squaring all the numbers that we get. So it is the square of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. That makes the total 1 square we all know is 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16, and the total comes out to be 30. Now, when the rows and columns are not equal, then in that case, what we are going to teach the children? You can see there are 3 rows here and there are 4 columns. So what we need to do is, the maximum number of columns are 4. So we multiply it with 3 in the descending order, like we do the expanded form. So this becomes 4 into 3 plus 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1. And then we open up the brackets and then we calculate the total number of squares that will be there. So if we teach these small tiny tricks to the children, they will never be able to they will never get confused in calculating the number of squares or the number of triangles. For counting the rectangles now, again, there are 2 conditions that they have to check. The first condition is when the row is equals to column. See, you can see it is the second example here, when the row is equals to column. So in this case, we have 4 rows and 4 columns. So what we do is, row and column is multiplied, but we take the sum in between. So we have to reach 4 again. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, the number of the, the addition of the consecutive numbers of the rows and the columns when they are equal, and we multiply them together. So this becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 10. So 10 into 10 is 100. So there will be 100 rectangles which will be formed in this figure. Likewise, when the row and columns are not equal, dear teachers, you can take a snapshot, because time and again you need to practice these rules so that we can, ace and we can remember it. So we have to actually practice it with a lot of figures to remember the technique behind it. But the technique is very, very simple. First, we have to check whether the rows and columns are same. If same, then what is the formula that we have to apply? And if they are not same, then what is the formula that we have to apply? All right, like this, we have how many triangles that are made in a square. It is the most easiest one. The trick is the total number of parts that are made inside the square, and we have to just double it up. Okay, let us see the first square. In the first square, you can see that with the help of diagonals, the square is divided into 4 parts. So we just multiply 4 with 2 and we get 8. Next one, we see how many parts are there in this square. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So we double it up and we can find out that there are 12 triangles that will be made. In this triangle, in this square, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts above, 4 parts below, 8 parts in total, and 8 twos is 16. And the same thing now, what you have to remember is in the next figure, you can see the same trick will apply, but there are 2 squares, so we will add 2. So I want to ask this question from you all, that how many triangles will be made in this figure? Any volunteers who would like to raise their hand and come forward to tell me the answer of this one?
Is it 16?
Any volunteers? Vinita ma'am, do we have?
Ma'am, nobody has raised the hand, but yes, you can call the teacher. I think Mamta Narang.
Mamta Narang ma'am, I would request you to apply the trick that you have learned here and tell me that how many triangles will be made in this last figure. All right, I'll call up the next attendee, ma'am. Then,
ma'am, may I have Mehak Sharma? Mehak Sharma.
Mehak Sharma, ma'am. All right, I'll tell you the trick, ma'am. The trick is the same thing. Yes, ma'am.
Is it 10?
It is not 10, ma'am. Let us see. Let us see how to go about it. So if we compare the first figure and this figure, it is absolutely same. So this is 8 and this is 8. So 8 plus 8 makes it 16. But as we are counting 2 squares together, they are joined together. There are 2 figures. So we will add 2 to 8. So it will become 16 plus 2, which is 18. So the right answer will be 80. Right, ma'am? So I have a question for you based on this. Count the number of triangles in this figure. All of you please count and let us know. Vinita ma'am, let us see. Let us keep a check on the chat window that are they able to tell us that how many triangles will be there in this figure.
Right, ma'am.
Yes.
Teachers, we are waiting for the answers.
Yes. Do we have answers here?
No, not yet. No answer
Right.
yet.
Somebody has written.
Yes, yes. Now I have got the answers from 36, they are saying.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Wonderful. Who's that, ma'am? Could you please name the teacher?
Yes, ma'am. It's Shikha Arora, Surbhi, Divya, Nisha.
Wonderful.
Anupur. They all have given me 36 as the answer, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next question. The last question from my side. After this, I will hand over today's session to Vinita ma'am. So let us count the number of triangles in this given figure, teachers. So remember the technique that yes, the bisector is coming from one vertex. We need to count the number of divisions and then we need to multiply it with the number of bases that we have.
Yes, ma'am, we have started getting the answers. Nisha ma'am, Surbhi ma'am, they all are giving me 45 as the answer.
So what's the correct answer they have given, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, 45.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. So huge round of applause to all the teachers and over to you, Vinita ma'am, to take the session ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So I'll stop sharing, Vinita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to share my screen. Sumiti ma'am, I hope my screen is visible.
It's not shared, ma'am. Vinita ma'am, we can't see it yet.
Yes, shared now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sumiti ma'am, for all the interesting techniques and the skills which you have taught us. A very good afternoon to all, one and all present over here. Best line said by a mathematician. My love for my family and friends is like a circle. It has no sides to be broken, no ends to be ended, and no angles to be measured. Moving on to the session, I'm going to start my session with a puzzle, with a riddle. So, teachers, you can post your answers in the chat box. And the puzzle is, Tom was asked to paint the number of plates on 100 apartments, which means he will have to paint number 1 through 100. Can you figure out the number of times he will have to paint the number 8? May I have the answers in the chat box?
Come on, hurry up, teachers. All right.
It's a very simple puzzle. You just have to count the number of 8s from 1 to 100. That's it. Yes.
All right, Vinita ma'am, we've got the answers in the chat window. So Madhvi ma'am, Divya ma'am, they have posted. The answer is 11, ma'am.
No, ma'am. The answer is not 11.
Okay, I think Anmol ma'am has also posted 20. Rajni ma'am is posting 20.
Yes. Who's posted 20, ma'am?
Rajni ma'am and Anmol ma'am. And she was the first one to post. Yes.
Absolutely right. 20 is the right answer. So teachers, if we count the number of 8s from 1 to 100, it's 28. Moving on to my session, I'm going to start the multiplication trick with 12. So teachers, I know that we have learned the multiplication trick by 11 so many a times, but I hope this trick, multiplication with 12, is a new one for you. So what is the trick? I'm just putting on the PPT on my slideshow. No, sorry. I did something.
Yes, ma'am.
From the current slide again.
You need to scroll down.
Yeah. So let us example, we have to multiply 324 by 12. So the first step is you write 3 as it is. Next step is you need to multiply 3 with 2. The first digit starting from the left, not from the right. Okay. So 3 multiplied by 2 and then add 2. So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6 and 6 multiplied plus 2 is 8. So 8 will be your second digit. The next step is you have to multiply the next digit. After 3, which is the next digit? 2. Multiply 2 by 2 and then add the next digit. So 2 into 2 is 4 and 4 plus 4 is 8. So 3, 8, 8. And the last step. What is the last digit now? 4. We have to multiply 4 by 2 and add the next digit, but there is no next digit. That means it's a 0 over there. So 4 into 2, which is 8. So 3,888 becomes your answer. But this trick is when there is no carryover. What about when there is a carryover? So let's see one more example, 5,643, which involves a carryover. So what we will do, you will write 5 as it is. Okay, we are multiplying 5,643 by 12. So what we will do, we will write 5 as it is. Now, 5, the first digit should be multiplied by 2 and add the next digit. So 5 into 2 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16. But 16 is a 2-digit number. We can't write 2 digits at one place. So what we will do, we will carry 1 to the ones digit, to the last digit, okay? So 56 will write, but 1 should be carried over for 5. 10, which is the next digit? 6. 6 into 2. So the thing is, you have to multiply the digit by 2 and add the next digit. So 6 into 2 plus 4. 6 into 2 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. I'll write 6 here and 1 again should be carried. Then multiply the third digit. Which is the third digit? 4. 4 into 2 is 8. Add 3, the next digit. Again, it comes to 11. I'll write 1 and 1 again I'll carry. And the last digit is 3. Multiply by 2 and I got 6. But I have to add on the carryovers. So 6, 1 and here the carryovers I need to add. So 6 plus 1 is 7, 6 plus 1 is 7 and 5 plus 1 is 10. So my answer is 67,716. I hope you all have understood the technique and I want the answers from you for the question 297 multiplied by 12. Give me the answers in the chat box quickly. 297 multiplied by 12?
So teachers, remember the rule that we framed in the beginning. No use of calculator, please. You have to apply the technique that you are being, that you're learning in the class right now.
I hope you have learned the technique. You have just you have to multiply the first digit by 2, add the second one. Then multiply the second digit by 2, add the third one. This is the technique. Sumiti ma'am, are we getting answers in the chat box?
Not yet, ma'am. I think teachers are calculating. So teachers, we need to hurry up because we are running short of time. All right. So Sakshi Makhija ma'am has posted the correct answer. Rajni ma'am has posted. The answer is 3,564, Vinita.
Perfect answer. Yes, perfect answer, ma'am. Thank you so much, teachers. I hope you all have understood the trick. So moving on, quickly square a 2-digit number that ends in 5. This trick has been taken by Sumiti ma'am also. But yes, once again, I'm going to take this trick that what you have to do, multiply the first digit by itself plus 1. So the number is 35. Multiply the first digit starting from the left, not from the right. Okay. So 3 multiplied by 3 plus 1. And of course, we will add the first 3 plus 1, 4. 4 into 3 is 12. That will be my left side. And what is the square of 5? 25. That will be my right side. So what I will do for the left side, right side is very easy. You just have to square 5, which is 25. So what we have to do for the left side, we have to multiply the first digit by itself plus 1. Next trick is multiplying 5 times any number. So what we are going to do for this, for example, there is if you are multiplying 5 by an even number, so what we will do, 5 into 24, 24 is an even number. Take the number being multiplied by 5 and cut it into half. So 24 will be, if I can half it, it will be 12. And then just put 1 0. Okay. So if you are multiplying a number by 5, you have to half the number, half the multiplier. Here 5 is the multiplicand, 24 is the multiplier. Half the multiplier and just add 1 0. But what if the number is odd? The trick is very simple when the number is even. But what when the number is odd? So what you have to do, you have to subtract 1 from the number being multiplied by 5. So 23 is the number which we are going to multiply by 5. I'll subtract 1. So that will give me 22. Now half the 22, which will give me 11, and write 5 at the last. Okay, so 5 into 23, 23 minus 1, which will give me 22. Half of 22 is 11, and I will just write 5 after 11, and it will give me the answer. So I am going to ask you a question. 5 into 47. Okay. 5 into 47. Quickly give me the answers in the chat box, teachers. I know you are all very well aware about these tricks and you all can answer me quickly. 5 into 47. Five into 47. Hurry up, teachers. Are we getting the right answers, ma'am?
Yes, Vinita ma'am. We have got plenty of answers which are all correct, ma'am. They've written 235.
Perfect. Teachers, I'm so glad that you all are understanding all the tricks. And definitely we are going to apply all these tricks with our children. So moving on to the next trick is multiplying by 6. So teachers, here is a very interesting trick for you. If you have to multiply 6 by an even number, okay, then answer will end with the same digit. For example, you have to multiply 6 by 4. I've taken just a very simple and a very small example. 6 into 4. So the multiplier is 4. The answer will definitely end with 4 only. And for this tens place, what I need to do, I just have to half. But if the multiplier is a single digit number. But what if the multiplier is a 2-digit number? What I will do, the 2-digit multiplier is ending with 2. That means my answer will definitely end with 2 only. But what I will do, what is the half of 12? Half of 12 is 6. And 6 and the digit at the tens place is 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. That will be my tens place. So my answer is 72. Okay, so now next is percentage. But this formula applies only when we have to find the percentage, 5% of a number. Only with the 5% of a number. It's a very simple trick, teachers. What you have to do, 235 is a whole number. Put a decimal at ones place, after ones place. Okay, so it will become 23.5. Now divide 23 by 5 by 2, which is 11.5, and this is the answer. Simple. 5% of a number. 235 is a whole number. Put a decimal after ones place. Oh, sorry, before ones place. So ones place is 5. Before ones place, just put a decimal and then half it. And that is your answer. So can I have the answers in the chat box for 5% of 181? Can I have the answers? 5% of 181, but using the trick only, teachers, no need to use any calculator. 5% of 181. Are we getting answers, ma'am?
Yes, Vinita ma'am. We have started posting the answers in the chat window, ma'am.
May I know the answers, Sumiti ma'am?
I'm still waiting, ma'am. I was just thinking that they're posting, but it was the previous answer that was reflecting. Okay, we've got the first answer from Mamta Narang, ma'am, which is 9.05.
Perfect. Mamta ma'am, can you just explain how did you do it?
First of all, we put the point 18.1, 181 like that. Half of 18 is 9 and half of 1 is 0.5, so 9.05.
Perfect, ma'am. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mamta ma'am. And I'm
Welcome,
so glad that all the teachers are getting the tricks. So now, teachers, the next trick is multiplication of any 2-digit numbers between 11 to 19, because we have the 2-digit numbers from 10 to 20, but this trick applies only from the numbers between 11 to 19. So the first step is add the unit digit of the smaller number to the larger number. Next, multiply the result by 10. Let us understand with the example. The example is, I'll just highlight, I'll just take out my pointer. Okay. So, two numbers are given to us, 13 and 15. So first of all, what I have to do, I need to add the unit digit of the smaller number. Which is the smaller number out of 13 and 15? 13 is a smaller number. So I'll add 15 and the ones place of the smaller number. So 15 plus 3 will give me 18. 18, I have to multiply by 10, which will give me 180. Then I need to multiply the ones digit of both the numbers, which will give me 15. Now add 180 and 15, and that will give me the answer. So 180 plus 15 is 195. So the first step is you have to add the bigger number with the digit at ones place of the smaller number. 15 plus 3 will give me 18. 18 multiplied by 10 will give me 180. Then multiply the digits which is at ones place, which is 3 into 5 is 15. And then add both the numbers and it will give me 195 as my answer. This trick applies if you multiply any 2-digit number between 11 to 90.
Vinita ma'am, I think we need to speed up a little. Teachers have become a little inactive because they know it's 12:35. So let's quickly,
So I'll
move on to
quickly,
other tricks.
so divide a large number by 5. I'll just do it quickly. What you have to do, 245 divided by 5, for example, you have to divide 245 by 5. Simply multiply the dividend with 2. That will give me 490 and put a decimal before one's place, which will give me 49, and that's the answer. If you have to multiply a whole number by 5, divide the number, multiply the number by 2 and put a decimal before one's place. Example, 2129 divided by 5, double the number means multiply by 2. It will give me 425 by 8 and just put a decimal before one's place. It will give me 425 by 8. That's the answer. Now finding the square value. This is little bit confusing and difficult, but it's okay. So what are the steps? For example, you have to find the square of 99. 99 is very close to 100, so choose 100 as a base, right? So difference between 99 and 100, not 100 and 99. See the difference. Difference between 99 and 100, which will be -1. Then add the number with the difference that you got in step 2. What number did you got in step 2? -1. And what was my original number? 99. Add 99 and -1, which will give me 98. Multiply 98 by 100 because I have taken base as 100. It will give me 9800. Then add the result with the square of the difference. What was the difference? -1. What is the square of -1? 1. So 9800 plus 1 is 98101. That is the trick. So teachers, I'm in a very hurry. I'm really sorry if you're not able to understand any of the trick. You can always put your queries in the chat box and Sumiti ma'am will definitely tell me that the teacher wants to understand this trick. Okay. So I'm just
They all are
finishing.
smart teachers. I'm sure they'll understand. They all are smarties, na?
Yes, ma'am. They all are very smart teachers. Amateens are always smart, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So the last trick is how to tell the day for any date. So, teachers, there are the codes for the days. These are the codes: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We all know Monday is the first day, Tuesday is the second day, Wednesday is the third day. Like that, you have to remember the codes. Next is assign the codes for the months. So January, February, March, April, May, all the 12 months have been assigned the codes. These codes you need to memorize, and all the memorizing things are written over there. Like January is 6, so winter has 6 letters, so it's 6. So this you can memorize. The typical is how to calculate the year code. Now, for example, the year is 1897. The year is 1897, right? What you will do, you will take the last 2 digits, 97, divide by 4. Discard the remainder. 97 divided by 4 is 24. Just ignore the remainder, okay? And the result is 121. 121 divided by 7, which will give me 2 as the remainder. So this is the year code. Got it? The year 97 divided by 4, which will give me 24. Ignore the remainder, just take the quotient over here. 24 plus 97, the year, we have to add it. So 97 plus 24 is 121. 121 divided by 7, ignore the quotient, just look at the remainder. 121 divided by 7, the remainder will be 2. And that is your year code. Now the formula is to calculate day of the week, month code plus date plus year code. Now, for example, I have to calculate for the July 16 to 2011. 16 is the date. July is the month. The code for July is 5. and the code for the year is 6. So 5 plus 16 plus 6 is 27, divided by 7, and 6 is the remainder. So 6th day is the Saturday, which is the day. I hope it's clear to everyone. I'm really in a hurry. So now I'm going to share a link.
Sure, they would have understood it. And I'm sure they are taking the snapshots because it's really important. These are important tips which they need to follow. So they could have taken the pictures, I'm sure.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me share the link for the periodic teachers and let us start the quiz. And yes, I'm going to give you the timer. Just 30 seconds.
So dear teachers, let's get ready. Some hands-on activity again. Ma'am has taught you, Vinita ma'am has taught you so many tricks. Now it's the time that she's going to test whether you are able to understand, you have understood and you are able to retain all those or not. So ma'am is sharing her periodic link with you so that you can all come on board and do a few questions using the techniques taught to you. So yes, Vinita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Just going to give them the link.
All right, dear teachers, those who want to join directly can join from joinpd.com, or else you can use the link which ma'am is going to copy and paste in the chat window.
Teachers, please be little patient. I think it's taking time. Yeah, the link is there in the chat box, teachers. You can quickly click on the link and join the periodic. So my screen is showing that I'm waiting for the students. Yes, the teachers have started connecting with me. Very good. Teachers, hurry up. Quickly, everyone connect. 6 teachers have connected. 9. Okay, waiting for more, just few more. And then I'll start.
Hurry up, teachers. You all are requested to join. So this is the last activity of the day to sum up all the techniques that we have learned. So we would request you all to kindly join through the joinpd.com or use the link given in the chat window. So 11 of you are connected with Vinita ma'am already.
Yes, ma'am. And how many are there? I think 40 are there, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Teachers, quickly connect with the periodic and then we'll start the session. Yes, 12 have connected now. Okay, I think I should start the class. It's already 12:45. Why should I wait more, right? So here's the first question, and I am going to lock the screens for 30 seconds. Like we expect from the children also to answer the mental maths questions in 30 seconds. The same way, I think we should also, answer the questions in 30 seconds, not more than that. We should take max 30 seconds. In fact, for teachers, 30 seconds is much, much more. Okay, just 7 seconds left. Great. So I'm going to see the responses. I hope you all have written. Okay, so option B. Everyone has given me option B. Almost everyone. 8268. And that's the correct answer, teachers. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next question. 26437 multiply by 12. Locking the screen for 30 seconds again. 26,437, 26,437 multiplied by 12. Teachers, we don't have time for the working. Even if you just write the answers in the yellow box, that's more than enough. Okay, just 1 second left and the time is up. I'm going to see the responses now in the grid layout. Okay. 317244. Great. Many teachers have not written anything. Just one teacher has given me the correct answer. That's really good to hear. Only 13 teachers have joined. Moving on to the next is 5 into 56. Use the trick only, teachers. Please use the trick only. I have explained to you the trick to multiply a number by 5. So please use the trick and give the answer. Okay, so 280. Thank you, Shruti ma'am. You have written your name also. Thank you so much. Yes, and Sheila has also written the name. Great. 280 is the correct answer. Moving on. What is the square of 85? Square of 85. The numbers which end with 5, how to calculate the square? I think 30 seconds are too much to write the answers for the teachers. So I'm just stopping it in at 15 seconds only. Yes, 7,225. Divya ma'am, very nice, very accurate answer. 7,225. Everyone has given me the correct answer. Great. Moving on to the next question. It's 5 into 41. When you multiply a number by 5, odd number by 5, remember, please use the trick only when you are multiplying an odd number by 5. Okay, so 205, just one response. Yes, 205, accurate answers. Everyone has given me 205. Great. Teachers, I'm so happy that you all are have concentrated on the tricks which we have taught you. So next question is 6 times 48. Teachers, remember the trick, how you have to multiply by 6 and where there is a carryover too. 288. Great. Very few teachers are answering. Only 13 have joined and I got responses, only 7 responses out of 13.
Come on, everybody. It's just the tail end of the session today. You all need to be active and you all need to participate well. Remember the rules that we framed in the beginning. Come on.
So 5% of 291 is 18.2. Is it correct or false? 5%, not 10%. Okay. 5% of 291. Is it correct or not? If it's a correct statement, give me a thumbs up. If it's a wrong statement, give me a thumbs down. Great. So many teachers have given me thumbs down. Very good. I don't know why one teacher has given me thumbs up. So remember the technique. We have to just put one decimal before the ones place. That will give me 29.1. Okay. And what is the half of 29.1? 14.55. 12 into 16. Children, teachers, hurry up. It's already 12:51. Give me the responses quickly and participate in the quiz. 12 into 16. 192. Okay. Great. What is 8,136 divided by 5? Remember the trick, how to divide the large numbers by 5. Use the trick and give me the answer. 8,136 divided by 5. You have to double the number and put a decimal point if you remember the trick. Double the number and put a decimal before ones place.
I think you can move on to the next question.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Square of 96 is the next question. Square of 96. And this is the last question, teachers. This is the last question. Please, I request everyone to participate. Square of 96. It's close to 100. The base is 100. Subtract 96 from 100, which will be minus 4. Great, 9216. I've already got the answers from just 3 of them. 9216. Okay. So I hope you all have enjoyed all the session, throughout the session, and have learned many new tricks which Sumiti ma'am and I have told you. So this is a reflection on today's activities. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was easy and what was hard? Can I have the answers from you for this? It's a reflection on today's session. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was easy and what was hard?
Vinita ma'am, I think let them write the reflections. They'll take their own time, and we can have a look at it a little later because we've already exceeded the session by quite a long time. So on behalf of Vinita ma'am and myself, I would like to thank each and everybody who has participated in today's session. Thanks for being an excellent and a very participative audience. As we all know that the study of maths is like Nile. It starts in minuteness, but it ends in magnificence. Okay, so we have loads and loads to share. We can go on and on, but then keeping the time factor in mind, we need to wrap up the session. We apologize for being so late. So thank you to you, Sakshi ma'am, for hosting today's session. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was indeed a really fantastic and an amazing session. We all have learned so many mental math tricks that we actually never knew earlier. And we are sure all of us would be able to take this learning forward to our classrooms for our children. Thank you so much, Vinita ma'am. Thank you so much, Sumiti ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you each and everyone. Thank you.
Amita.
Sakshi, you're on mute.
Do we have to exit or we'll stay here and continue with the...
We would like also to thank Anita Sethia ma'am, Senior Consultant HR and Training, who took up this Herculean task of organizing parallel workshop for different group of teachers simultaneously. Thank you, Mohan ma'am, who is always a solid pillar for all of us and leave no stone unturned in guiding us and bringing out the best in us. A big shout out to Shalini ma'am for boosting our morale, relying us and guiding us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. So please fill the feedback link before you end the session, before you just leave. So Nutan ma'am, can you just post the link in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am, it is already there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being there.